Some of you guys are happy to not hear me. Some of you are asking to hear me. So we're back in the middle of everything. Postseason. I guess is where we're at right now. The high school season is done with. The women's NCAAs are over with. NAIAs are halfway done with. So we're getting started. So today we have, dare I say, old school Cali in the
You can,
house. We
yeah,
got
very old.
we got Coach Flores, and we got Coach Dwayne Denolf. Coach Denolf is coming from Oklahoma. Coach Flores is coming from the Central Coast.
Yeah.
So I'll let you guys give yourself a brief introduction. Let's go. Let's go with Dwayne first. We'll go to alphabetical order, not by age or
My name
beauty.
is Dwayne Denal. Used to live in California, moved out to Oklahoma, started getting able to coach girls full time, and I'm the women's director for OK USA Wrestling in Oklahoma. So miss
Coach
being in
Denolf,
Cali at times.
yeah. Coach Denolf was really gracious when Coach Dez started her wrestling journey. Not a lot of people were opening their doors. We would go try to talk to the people that I wrestled with, the Calvary and other places, and wouldn't open their doors. They would if you were like Victoria Anthony or something like that. You know, you had to be a name already. Of course, that's how we got Somar started because nobody would help the ones who wanted to scrap it up and get better. They just wanted you to already be better. But Coach Denolf didn't even know us. Was just gracious as the father and daughter who lived around the corner. Opened the door for us. Stayed late after his own practices. You know, and did stuff just to kill time. Even brought his daughter in a little bit, and then just was really gracious. So we appreciate him. He remains family to this day. Coach Flores, floor is yours.
Oh, yeah. I have an interesting story. Yeah, I came up here from Saddleback High School, wrestled at San Jose State. I'm a Adam Cuestas, Dan Cuestas, Joe Gonzalez protege. And actually, I only started coaching wrestling about coaching girls 5 years ago, and been pretty successful. I have, as you know, I have a girl that's pretty high up there, Richard, and I had a couple of CCS champions, state placer in my only limited time of coaching girls. But I've enjoyed it. You know, most of my 32 years is coaching boys, but best thing I've ever done. You know, I wasn't a big fan at first, but man, I totally love it.
All right, there we go. So to start things off, let's uh, let's touch on Coach Denolf's event he has coming up. So we all know that after the CIF season, it's a very short window to get ready for some of the big tournaments out at the World Team Trials, stuff like that. World Team Trials, you got the showcase in Vegas, and then everybody's freestyle state tournaments.
Right.
So there's very little window to get some real high level freestyle before those big events, and that's when Coach Denolf, who's been kind of mulling it over for a little bit, and we talked about it, and he travels around with his teams as much as he can. Flores, did you know that other states have like these very stringent rules about clubs and high school coaches?
No,
Yeah, so in
like
Oklahoma, you
like
can't
what
be
kind of
both.
rules?
You can't be both. You can't be a club coach and a high school coach.
Really?
Yeah, is that how it is, Wayne? Am I
Yeah,
understanding
pretty
that
much
right?
so. Pretty much so. You can be a club coach as long as you are working with youth. You cannot be a club coach and work with high school kids until after the season. And then there's a lot of regulations about making sure that you're not recruiting the kids and things like that going on. But so yeah, it's really you got to watch your points. You got to watch which tournament you're going to. Like we have a youth club program. It's called YWA, and as long as I'm coaching anybody that's 10 and under, I can be in the corner. But if they are in the middle school or high school age and they're on a club team, can't be in their corner during folk style season because I'm a high school coach. So
So,
Do you find
so
do you find that unfair compared to like the way California, the way we run our programs here? 'Cause I like the way me and we
um,
we do it. We can do both. So do you find that you know a deterrent? As far as trying to get girls at a higher level.
no, not really. I mean, I basically I focus on is the development aspect of the kids.
Okay.
So I develop the young ones, get them ready. If they come to our high school, great. If they don't, that's okay. They've gotten a good foundation. Um, and then I work with my kids as much as I possibly can in the room, and what I try to do is if sometimes like my high school team has a tournament, my middle school is off, I'll send them with my club coaches
Oh,
and they'll
okay.
go wrestle in the club tournament. So therefore it doesn't affect me at all. And my club coaches are not coaches on staff. So it works
Okay.
out, it's a give and take, but it's doable.
Now, Dwayne, you said the point system. You want to explain that, how that
Yes.
works?
Okay, so our point system out here, we have 26 points. You get 2 points for duels, 3 points for tournaments, um, and that's over the course of the year. You can't go over 26 points. Coaches have 28 points. We can't exceed that. If we exceed that, then we face a suspension. So
So,
that's our
okay.
point system out here for high school.
Thank God we don't have that here. I'm bad
No
at
kidding.
math. I'd have my toes out trying to figure out what's going on. Um, but
Trust
anyhow,
me, I've been
so
fighting it. I've been trying to push them to get us more points, and I think we might be successful. They might be giving us a few extra points, so keep my fingers crossed.
good, good. Oklahoma had a thriving college program for several years, but then it was unfortunately marred with some unfortunate occurrences, and they had some turnover stuff like that. But I know, is it Woody that's there now? That's coaching at OCU.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think he
So
took over the program.
yeah. So good luck to them. But so tell us about your event, Coach. Dates,
So,
the age groups, all that good stuff.
all right. So what we're doing is it's called Athenian Warriors. It's a dual and individual tournament. So we're trying to get teams to come out from other states. We're trying to get them involved in this. And like I said, it's on their way to going to World Team Trials. Um, and it's the duels are set up for 14U, 16U, and juniors, just like that, the national duels. We're giving away big plaques for first, second, and third, individual medals to the team members. And then they weigh in on Friday night at 6 p.m. on March 21st. And then we start that part of it on March 22nd. And then what we do is at 6 p.m. on the 22nd, anybody that comes out that's an individual wrestler, they'll weigh in at 6 p.m. And then we wrestle them at 1 p.m. on Sunday, which will be the 23rd. So we're hoping to get a lot of people out, get some great matches in, have a good time. And like I said, just get us prepared for World Team Trials. We're a lot of teams out here are excited about it. They're scrambling to put together teams right now. So we're, it's coming together.
Nice. Yeah, I know we're scrambling right now trying to get some numbers together to maybe get out there and join. I know Nathan Williams reached out to me about another event in Utah, and I said, "Hey, if we go anywhere, we're going to Oklahoma." I said, he's like, "What?" He said he didn't know about it. I said, "Oh, here's the flyer." So I sent it to Nathan Williams, Bella Williams' dad. So he knows about it. So hopefully he punches it up too. I know he's a guy who's always, Oklahoma, Oklahoma, Oklahoma. Like, let's do this and that. So because he tried to get us out there a couple times. So hopefully he does. But what age groups are you covering, Coach?
So like I said, on the duals aspect, we're having 14U, 16U, and juniors. And then in the individual tournament, it's 10 and under all the way to U20. So we're trying to give the college girls some extra opportunities too. I know there's not a lot of tournaments where the college girls get to wrestle at the same time the high school girls are wrestling and the younger girls. So I thought it would be a great mix. Our younger girls get to see what the older girls are doing, and our high school girls, they get a shot if they want to step up and they want to go against some college girls. They can go up to the WW weights and they can wrestle against the college girls.
There we go. So yeah, because U20 takes on that high school seniorish. It's 17 and above,
Yeah,
so gives them that opportunity to get ready to face that level. So it'll be good. Where's it being held?
it's being held at Yukon High School in Yukon, Oklahoma. If anybody has anything that they want to get a hold of me, my email is dwayne.denoff@hotmail.com. After this podcast, if you want more information or just have more questions, you feel free to go ahead and email me and I'll get right back to you.
There we go. All right. Um, yeah. So hopefully people get out there and fill up those brackets and get that freestyle chops wet. I know Flores was saying his girls don't have a lot of freestyle prowess yet. That he's gonna look to
We're
get them
trying,
going.
man. We're trying.
We're talking about it, and he's like, they don't like folks freestyle. And I was like, they just don't know freestyle, because as soon as the girls know freestyle, they're like, wait, no top bottom? This is your minimal top bottom. You know
Nah,
what?
we're
Once they start doing freestyle floors, you ain't gonna be able to get them back to wanting
hey,
to do folk style. I'm telling you, man.
we're looking forward to a good summer this year. That's why we're trying to hook up with you guys.
Yeah. No, Coach Sedolf does a good job. He's opened up his house to us before. We've had like 20 kids in his house at one time, and his fiance at the time, now his wife. They were so awesome. They just took care of us, and I mean, had a lot of people in one room, but hey, go
That's
sleep over
okay,
there.
man. That's what old wrestling's about.
Yeah, so it was a lot of fun. He's had girls like Cheyenne Bowman in his house. He's had Anya Drury in his house. He's had several world team members in his house, like before they were
Nice.
world team members.
Diamond,
Diamond
Diamond
Guilford's
Guilford.
been in his house. So yeah, he's had several, like I said, world team members that
Right.
passed through his doors literally. So it's good. All right, so Dwayne, how many girls are wrestling in Oklahoma right now?
Right now we've got, I think the last time I checked, it was over 800 girls are wrestling. Um, so I mean, the numbers are really phenomenal. The girls are actually just really jumping leaps and bounds. We've only been in existence for 5 years, 6 years now. 3 years we've had our state tournament as an actual true state tournament. And each year the competition is tougher and tougher and tougher. We took some girls this year. We had our 14U and our 16U team double All-American at the national duels. And our juniors, I believe they also doubled All-American.
Nice.
But we've been, like I said, we've been coming along. They've really, some of the girls out here, they've started taking to the Greco aspect of it as well.
Hey, I was
Which
gonna
has
ask.
been kind of phenomenal.
Can I ask you about that? So here in California, I don't know too much. Is the Greco scene, Richard and Aldi? Is it? Because I haven't seen too many girls do Greco here in California, and I have a girl that's pretty tough, and I haven't seen too many like the girls doing Greco here. I mean, am I missing something or?
They
You
do
know-
have a Greco tournament during the association duels.
Okay, but at the state
and
freestyle, do they have the Greco as well? No, huh?
No, but they had it also. Oh, at national duels,
Yes.
they do it also. So
Yeah.
it's kind of funny because California's got one of the Greco world team members as their coach,
Right.
and they got smashed by my daughter's team in Missouri their first year. Coach Dez could coach any style; it doesn't matter. So.
Okay. So
Yeah.
how would so if a girl was interested in Greco, in California, how would she get a lot of reps in or tournaments besides, like I said, here in California, you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, there's not a lot of tournaments, unfortunately. I mean, some of the local tournaments will offer it, but not a lot. I know the SJS section, I think, has a lot because they've got some coaches up there that couldn't win freestyle states, so they started to go Greco, try to go Greco.
All right. Hey, man, got to do what you got to do, brother.
So, yeah, I'm not a huge fan of Greco personally. We spent all this time getting them away from headlocking each other, and then we're gonna throw them back in there and tell them to headlock each other, like
Right.
going forward and backward. So, yeah,
Yeah,
I
but
would just
no, I figure you get to the higher level and stuff, and the girls start getting better, and we're trying to improve them. So once they get to I get what you're saying, but once they get to a certain level, it'd be nice to have them do other stuff. As they're getting better, as the whole.
well, it will help in beach wrestling especially
Yes.
because beach
No,
wrestling,
that's
if you
one of the
throw them
things-
for 4, it's over.
Yeah, what we emphasize out here about the Greco is that it helps you with your positioning.
Right.
It helps you to understand how to push pulling actions and things like that. We try to stay away from headlocks. We start teaching them how to use the duck unders, how to use the drags to get their points,
Right.
body locks, things like that. So those are the types of things that we try to more focus on out here when we're teaching them Greco.
Yeah. No, I was just more concerned with like tournaments and stuff, competition. That's all.
Hey, anything that gets the U.S. better at something, I'm about. And our
Right.
Greco teams are terrible. So we have great individuals that are really athletic, but we don't bring home any medals, and that's what I mean by terrible. they're good
Right.
people. They just, like I said,
I
just the
gotcha.
mental aspect of it. But you know, I know Coach David Pastoriza over at Arizona. He tells his girls like if they all American, they got to do beach nationals. So which I think is pretty cool. But yeah, I would try beach wrestling too. Yeah, no, they have it there. But I could be wrong. They might offer it at state now. I just would have to check and see. Let me
Kind of hard to do
ask
beach
somebody.
wrestling in Oklahoma.
I was gonna
You gotta
say
create it. You gotta create it. That's all.
do
Let's see. I'm going to one of my old buddies over here. Let me see.
do it at a
here.
local park.
We don't have a lot of sand in our local parks either.
Hey, right, you know where the
It's all blowing away right now.
where the swings
Yeah.
are at.
Yeah, right now we're our sand's getting blown away.
Let's see here. Okay, I'm asking one of the advocates for Girls Greco about state. Here we go. Asking him as we speak.
Look at you, you're on the ball.
Yeah, I'm trying to find information for you guys.
Yeah, most of the tournaments out here in Oklahoma, they offer Greco and freestyle for the girls. It's quite a
Yeah,
few of
I
the
was just
tournaments.
curious.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're trying something a little bit different this year. It's been, and I'm really excited about it. Also, it's kind of on the same theme of what I'm doing. We've got states coming in to duel us, and then we're doing a tournament afterwards. So, I mean, I'm excited about that. We've got some schools, a couple of states already lined up. We've got Arkansas, we got Texas, some of the closer school states to us. So they're bringing out teams. We're gonna do the duel beforehand on a Friday, and then we're gonna do the tournament on a Saturday. So it's kind of
Nice.
doing a lot of different type stuff just to get the girls acclimated and getting them more ready for like the national duels and getting them ready for Fargo.
Let's see here. I haven't gotten anything back yet, but as soon as I do, I'll let you guys know. But
All right.
all right, moving on. So we had a couple of tournaments recently. You guys want to start with high school or college?
We can go high school.
Let's go
High
high
school
school.
first.
You guys are stuck confusing me in college. Like, I can hang in high school.
Well, we had the girls CIF state tournament. Let me see here. I'm gonna go through and kind of list the placers from 8th to 1st. We had Destiny Hurtron from Arroyo taking 8th. We had Eva from St. Francis Bacheri.
Yeah.
Leah Lopez from San Marino took 6th. Stephanie Martinez from Highland took 5th. She's a freshman. She's good. That young lady, she could wrestle. Like, saw her at Napa, and she lost a barn burner at the end. Last couple seconds was in on the shot too, and then ran out of time. And I saw her, and I told her and her coach, "I go, man, she's going to be problems come state." And sure enough, she came through, and I set the number 2 seed early in the tournament. So she's really fun to watch. Then you got Benitez from Kingsburg, Solano from Franklin Elk Grove. Then returning state champ Jillian Wells took 2nd, behind Estrada from Buchanan, who was a monster. Did you watch that final?
No, I didn't.
Oh man, she put it together. I mean, Wells is good, but man, Flores looked real good. I mean, had the total package. She's going to be problems for people for sure. But
Yeah,
she looked all the bit of a 105 going 100.
Hey man, there's gonna be quite a few problems with a lot of freshmen. From there's a lot of freshmen that won the state meet. The girl from Palo Alto, of course, the girl from the world team member from down south. There's a lot. I mean, there's a lot of little studs, man. They're freshmen. You know what I mean?
Yes, absolutely. Let's see here. So, Kayla Fernandez from Golden West at 105 pounds took 8th. Alyssa Prado from Mayfair down here in the southern section took 7th. Megan Morales from Central took 6th. Nunez from Buchanan took 5th. Avi Perez took 4th. This top 4 were real tough. But I don't think anybody expected Avi Perez to not be in the finals, especially when you got Jasmine Turner, who took 3rd from Davis High School.
Well, she got upset. Got upset by the girl from Palo Alto.
From Palo Alto, yep. And then, but again though, Fordera from Poway, who was the 2 seed, she beat Avi Perez, which one of my athletes wrestled Froder early at Reno, but we didn't get to wrestle Avi. But she was tough. She was real tough. But we got the win over her, but unfortunately my girl didn't make weight when it mattered. So that was unfortunate. But Cohen from Palo Alto, what grade is she in, Flores?
Freshman.
Freshman. Woo! That's tough. That was a tough weight class for a freshman to come through.
Yeah,
So
she was always kind of Richie and John from Palo Alto, they really took care of her. She comes and she would work out with, Jade every now and then, and they were drilling at Napa and stuff. They had her under the radar, and I knew she was tough, because throughout the whole year, nobody gave her, kind of just under the radar.
what did she place at Napa?
She took third at Napa. That's the first time people, kind of saw her and stuff. So
Got it.
yeah, so yeah, she's gonna be, she's gonna be pretty good, man. Reckon for a while.
Nice. Okay. So it'll be good to keep an eye on her. 110. This weight class was loaded. You had some tough girls in this one. Weitzman from Peninsula, who I saw at Blackwatch and thought, ooh, she's got nice little Granby, nice little high crotch. So she looked tough. Cordero's sister took 7th from Poway. Giada from MLK took 6th. Contreras from Orange Vista took 5th. Stockdale Cerna took 4th. Gonzalez from Clovis East took 3rd. Abby Cooper took 2nd. And Aubrey Gutierrez from Marina took 1st. I think the semis went. No, they didn't go chalk because Gutierrez. Oh no, they did actually, because Gutierrez beat Gonzalez earlier in the year, and then I think she dropped the match to her. I know she didn't win it at Napa. I know Gonzalez did, so I forget who won what there. Then Cooper coming in off the top side. Cooper was tough, but Gutierrez does this thing where when Gonzalez would attack single leg, and then Gutierrez would threaten with her headlock because she's really strong. She'd threaten that headlock, which would cause Gonzalez to base down, and she would transition really good to front short offense real quick. And she did it several times, but she did it well, and she got that match in the semis, and then against Abby Cooper, she kind of did more of the same, and then she ended up getting the fall. She's got a really tight headlock. So, I don't know. Those are just my observations from the outside. I'm nobody. Let's see here. 115.
Oh, my weight class.
Here we go. Okay. You might know somebody in here somewhere.
Yeah, we like that.
So, Isabel Navarro from Shadow Hills took 8th. Silva from Bullard took 7th. Garcia from Walnut took 6th. Maggie Cornish from Tesoro took 5th. Ross from San Marcos took 4th. Borelli from Los Banos took 3rd. Kayla Mangini took 2nd. And Epinesa Ellison from Los Altos by way of Monster Garage. Yes, this weight class, it was kind of, I don't want to say predetermined, but Epinesa is already the 14U world champ.
Yeah.
She's going takedowns with Nyla Valencia in the offseason. A lot of the top girls, college girls, and scoring on them and things like that. She's really good, really sweet kid. Dad's awesome. Comes from a good family, that kind of stuff. So, Mangini, same thing, same class kind of a person, just, always really nice when I talk to him, real sweet. It's a shame somebody has to lose, but I mean, it just kind of is what it is.
Yeah.
What did you think of that weight class?
Well, I thought I thought it was a tough weight class. I think we're a little hurt Jade was a little hurt going in there with the broken nose, but to get into the blood round, I think she did actually pretty well with the 2 fractured, brace on her nose. So I thought she did okay. I thought the weight class was pretty solid from 3 to 8 could go, but the top, especially the top one, they're just a little above everybody right now. You know what I mean? So, but I think it was pretty fair from anything could have went from 5 to 8, could have went in, depending on type of tournament you had.
Very interesting not to see Gonzalez and Ellis go at it. Given that Gonzalez has been the reigning 117,
Right?
so it's kind of like that would have been a really good weight class to see or watch them kind of mix it up a little bit to world team members. But at 120, you see Oak Ridge De Leon took 8th. Aguilar from Burlingame took 7th. Kakuk from Chino took 6th. Ibrahimi from Poway took 5th. Corona from Monachi took 4th. Gulls from Tribuca Hills took 3rd. Martin from Granada took 2nd. And Gonzalez from Clovis East took 1st. So that ended up getting them the title. They got the team title over at Clovis East. So that'll be interesting to see how that grows. But I think it was kind of a foregone conclusion coming in.
Yeah.
Due to the dominance and the track record. I think Gonzalez wrestles so much, I'd be surprised if she didn't wrestle everybody in this bracket, ahead of time. So
has she ever wrestled a 15-pounder before? Even
Alice?
Yeah.
Not in a competitive situation, I don't think so.
Oh, okay.
Epinesa is coming up.
Yeah, that's I would like to look at that. That would be nice.
Yeah, I think we know how that one would go. Okay, so 125. This one had some upsets along the way, with the number 1 seed going down in the semis to a very common opponent, somebody she's seen before. But Schneider from Elk Grove took 8th. Mendoza from Gilroy took 7th. Balderas bowed out of the tournament after her loss. I don't know, maybe she was hurt, maybe, I don't know, something. Wynn from Granada took 5th. James from Central. Michaela James taking 4th, I think, was not expected. Bernal from Lemoore took 3rd. Ward from Oakland Tech took 2nd. And Stewart from Orange Vista coming out and winning it is pretty big. Again, the upset over Balderas in the semis kind of just rode that wave all the way through, but then ended up beating Ward. So pretty convincingly, 7-0, and then the pin. So good job for her coming through. 130. Okay. Fargo champ, Sam Sachs was the number 1 seed in this one. Semis, you had some upsets of the number 3 earlier on. But aside from that, let's see here. So, surprise placer, I think, coming out, working her butt off was Cerritos Meredith. She came through and just wrestled every position hard. She comes in our room a lot, and she trains with us, and she just really. I had a funny thing to told her. I said, the last person to coach a state placer for Cerritos High School. She said no. I said, you're looking at him. I said, I'm gonna gift him one more, and then there you go. Hey, good job of her though. She did the wrestling. Black from Newbury Park, who's got a beautiful double leg. I don't know if you guys seen her wrestle. She's got a great double leg, really good. So she goes to the Julia Ritchie school, so hopefully she'll stop by. Deganis from San Marcos took 6th. Victoria from Olympian took 5th. Hey, guess who coached the last day placer from Olympian? I'll talk about that guy later. Yeah.
How would I guess?
Let's see here. This is San Diego. They drove a lot of miles to come up, though. I'll tell you that right now. They were another one of the San Diego people that drove a lot of miles. Savannah from Clayton Valley took 4th. Gonzalez from Colony took 3rd. She's really good. Newsom from Julian Newsom, from Torrey Pines took 2nd. And then Sam Sachs with a dominant 3-0 fall in the finals. Sachs did a really good job. She got a tech fall and I think all pins going into the final. So pretty dominant. So 135. This one kind of stung because I made a choice and I thought it was the best choice. I still think it was the best choice, but my girl unfortunately got knocked out in the blood round. So that kind of stung a little bit. But Rob from Claremont took 8th. Padilla from Excelsior Chowder took 7th. Meza from Calaveras took 6th. Diana Barone, she's coming in before. Her dad's really cool. They're both really dedicated. A little unconventional in her wrestling style, but she's fun to watch. Cruz from Clovis North. Dulce Martinez, who was the number 1 coming in, got upset in the semis by Grace from Gilroy. And then Zaragoza from Brawley wins it. So funny. Brawley consistently has state champs in Savannah Gomez, in Zaragoza. And then you had Juarez, who just transferred out of Brawley all the way up to Northview. And it's like, gosh, like Brawley's doing a great job. They really are. But yeah, that was cool to see her get through and
You know what the common theme is here, guys? That I'm being from Northern California.
that southern section's awesome.
Hey, you know well, that's why we talk, right? We had this discussion already. That's why I think in order to get California girls, we have to. That was my whole purpose of I'm hearing you talk. You go, all right, enough of Southern. I get it.
we just really
hey,
saturated.
Richard, enough patting yourself on the butt, bro.
What are you talking about? I'm just saying. Hey, I'm not on the Fargo coaching staff. I've never been asked, so obviously I must not be anything great.
Well, if you come to Oklahoma, you can be on the Fargo staff. How's that?
Oh, yeah, I'm not coaching against Dez. You're out your damn mind. You know what that would do to my house? Your family, brother, but that would be a nightmare.
Hey, I do it all the time.
Yeah, I know. So you keep that. I got to see her at Christmas.
Yeah.
And she got my granddaughter too, so I can't. I'm not going against that. But either way, let's see here. 140 pounds. So, sorry, I don't have my glasses on. So, Cortez from Gilroy. Fernandez from Birmingham took 7th. Myers from Monterey took 6th. Lazaro, Coach Roy's daughter, from Northview took 5th. Ledesma from Granite Hills took 4th. Pingo, from Clovis East took 3rd. Snyder from Rancho Bernardo took 2nd. And Austin took 1st. So, over there for Pittman, Vasky brothers. Always got studs, boys and girls. So they got that trio of coaches just looking jacked all the time. 145, whatever.
Why do you say that? I don't know.
You don't want me to say it because you already said you don't want to hear it. I know somebody in this bracket is just gonna say that. Okay? I know somebody in this bracket. That's all. But anyhow, So Bradley from Vista Marietta took 8th. Segura from Redwood Visalia took 7th. Duas from Fremont took 6th. Mihan from Tokay took 5th. Hernandez from St. Helena took 4th. The 3rd place girl, she is good. And she's going to be good for a while. So watch out for her.
Who's this?
Salamua from Corona.
Okay.
That girl can wrestle. We wrestled her at Napa, and she gotten on her legs a couple times, almost finished. And Davis hadn't given up a takedown at that point of the year. And it was like, woo, man, she got in real tight, real good. She's super strong. She's very athletic. Very athletic. She's going to be somebody to watch because she's got the it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Can't explain what it is. You just throw it when you see it. She's got it for sure. So
what year is she?
I want to say she's a sophomore, maybe
Okay.
a junior, but I think she's a sophomore.
Okay.
Don't quote me on that. Returning state champ from Brawley, who was at Northview this year, Juarez, they call her DJ. We dropped a match to her. Sorry, and Olivia Davis from Esperanza was the one. She won the tournament. Davis wrestled Juarez at our regionals. After getting injured in the semis, she went to hit a move, caught her ankle, and rolled it instantly, and instantly tears. So it's like, oh, as a coach, you got to try to like, okay, bring her down first, get her to relax, assess, go from there. So it's like, hey, all right, you don't need an ankle to win this match. No knock on anybody, but you can still win this match. Wins the match, and then we're kind of in this weird position. Like, okay, we're undefeated on the year. We beat Salamua, or Napa. Salamua beat Juarez already. But at our regionals, they put us as the 2 and Juarez as the 1. I think that's a little bit hinky, given who was running the tournament. They did something else later in the weekend that kind of got me like, not enough for me to be upset about, but just kind of like, I can see it, but I don't kind of get it at the same time. When you have the returning state champ, there's no head to head, but we did beat who she lost to, and we were undefeated, but it was what it was. But so I was like, okay, do we wrestle this match on one leg, basically? And tell me what you guys think. I mean, would you wrestle the match and try to get the number 1 and try to solidify it, or do you wrestle it thinking like, okay, even if we lose, it's not going to hurt us. We're either going to be the 2 or the 3, which is still going to be the same side of the bracket. Like, just go out there and try to get the 1.
If it's just a regular tournament,
No, it's regional.
at regionals, regionals, yeah, you got to go. You got to go.
What about you, Flores?
You got to go.
You gotta go, man.
I had a girl with similar situation. She wrestled our regionals, my 115 pounder, the entire tournament basically on one leg. She got her calf hit when we were warming up. One of the girls dropped on the back of her calf, immediately started swelling and bruising. She wrestled really great. We dropped a match to a defending state champion by about 2 points. She really wrestled tough. And we have our regionals, they have an east side and a west side, so they're separate. And they try to keep everything on the same time frame and everything. And we got into our semi match, and we had an hour and a half wait because we were waiting on the opposite side to get caught up with where we were at. And we couldn't get the leg loosened back up. She had to wrestle her semi match, one leg. She knew she had to just win one more match, and she was in to go to the state tournament. And we just came up short. But she gave everything she had. I mean, she's going to be a tough young lady. She's a junior this year for us. One of the hardest workers I have in the room. But yeah, you got to go for it if you're at regionals. You got it.
I mean, I was kind of the same situation at our section finals. Jade broke her nose in the semifinals. She already had qualified for state, and she wanted to wrestle in the finals. So as a coach, you're put in a predicament. She's a battler, and she wanted to do it, and she did it. But yeah, you're caught in a situation where you just she wanted to do it, and we just put a mask on, and she did it. And people like that, and nowadays are hard to come by. They just want to battle out there, and give them all the respect that you can. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So after that match, which was DJ's birthday that day, so her birthday, she got a win over the number 2 ranked girl in the country. So
right.
That's pretty good. She's they're both from San Diego section too, but they were both moved up to the southern section at the same year. Because we have online we could do here, and it allows us to go into you could be homeschooled, be online, and just train. So
stop, time out. Okay. So let's go back to that, what you said. Okay, so say that again. Go back to what you said. You can be homeschooled. What? Say it again.
You can be part of the online program and do your schoolwork from home, and then to your day around your training.
Now is that a CI? So that's just southern section? Because I don't get it.
Hey, our school district allows it. Our school district has
yeah, we got districts like that out here too.
Hey, I'll tell Daniel Cormier that one.
Yeah, well, I mean, hey, he's a great coach, but he still hasn't won a title.
Yeah. Oh, hey.
So, but not saying he couldn't, but I mean, he just hasn't yet.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you right now. I'm gonna tell you something. About. I've known that guy for about 5 years. No, and I'm being serious. And he'll tell you that man right there does so much for those kids. No, no,
Oh,
no,
you can tell because
that
he's
people know
vested.
that
He's
that
vested
people
in these
don't
kids.
even know about. Like just the way he treats the kids, the way he has, and I was a big, and he knows I like to, the way me and you talk, the way I am, right?
Yeah.
I like I like freaking
Bust
jabbing,
balls, yeah.
yeah, but I'll tell you the truth.
Uh-huh.
What he's did for our sport up here, and what he's done for the kids that he's had. Yes, he has now won a title. Matter of fact, he's one of those guys just in those blood rounds needed to win one of those matches, and they would have won the state meet. I get it. He
Yeah.
still hasn't, but you know what? It makes the sport great. It makes
No, I think what's great about Daniel is that he's investing on the girl side too.
Well, yes, and
You know,
he
I
actually
mean,
he actually has we have actually some pretty good women coaches from Michelle to Tatiana to all of them. They're doing really well up here. I'm the baby. Believe it, I'm the old coach, but I'm the baby when it comes to girls. And I ask for them a lot of stuff. You know what I mean?
and I honestly want to kind of say that he's kind of pushed these other top programs to push their girls like Poway. Poway wasn't super invested, and they had a 4-time state champ, the first official 4-time state champ in Alyssa LaFrancis. They had
Right.
her for a year, and she left because she wasn't getting a lot of push from Poway. And and now you see Poway doing it, but I think it's because Daniel Cormier is like having Gilroy Boys being a top program, and now he's pushing the girl side of it too. So he's pushing to have both of those things going on. And he's a big face, he's a big celebrity, but you can
Right.
tell he's invested in his kids, which is why he's so intense during the whole term. I don't know how his heart doesn't explode. I see he has an assistant though, who kind of like does the little things that people don't really realize he's doing, but because I'm a weirdo and I just observe everything, I just notice.
Are you talking about? Are you talking about Bill Newton, the bald-headed guy?
Yes.
So Bill wrestled. People don't know. Bill wrestled at Cal State Bakersfield with and San Jose State. He was a Division I wrestler. So he was that guy. That guy is the really heart, and we tried Daniel is the heart and soul of taking care of business. And you're very observant. Should have been a cop.
I hear that a lot.
So
you know how many people want to punch me right now? Can you imagine if I put a badge on? Gee, I'll just be target practice with my giant head.
Look at my flag back there. That's what I did.
see it.
I was in probation. Not on probation, in probation.
I was gonna say, only time you wear a tie is for a wedding, court, and a funeral.
But yeah, so those are the things that that I think our section is getting a little better. That's why, like with Michelle and Todd and all these, from Fremont. So, we're trying to move down there because we know that southern section, that, just keep it real, is the section that you want to battle. So that's why we're talking and stuff like that. When I first met you and your passion, hey bro, we didn't even know each other.
Yeah. Well, I'm happy you were at least observant enough to understand. Like, I'm passionate and I'm
Right.
not trying to be an ass. I'm trying to do the right things. I'm trying
Oh,
to do the right thing for my kids and for the sport. And I will do what's best for the sport over what's best for my kids. Because in the long run, I think we're growing the sport if
Right.
you're doing everything right. We
Right.
have a lot of, unfortunately, these false prophet types who like to wear their USA Wrestling shirts and oh yeah, but about the kids, but they want to screw kids over because they don't like the coach or they want to do this or that.
Well, to tell you the truth, for me, it's not like I said. I've never been you can already kind of know me. I'm not a politics kind of guy.
Yeah.
I'm just more concerned, with people from that are, like all of us. And I don't know, I can't speak for you, but I grew up in the barrios or grew up in the, wherever we grew up. We can't, some of this stuff costs a lot of money we talked about that, Rich. It costs a lot of money for these kids. And this ain't gymnastics, brother. Some of these kids, grew up in the barrios. They have, $20 or something like that. And I just want to do something. We're talking with you to, some of these things are money grabs. Some of these things are big money grabs. And I'm like, I don't know about that. I didn't grow up like that. When I grew up, we would go out, pay $5 for a tournament, Get
well, you gotta remember too, candy bars were a nickel back then, so you can't always equate that. No, but I was gonna say, I want to make sure I'm clear with people. There's nothing wrong with making money in wrestling, but
No.
the problem is that when you go to a tournament and it's not run well, and you don't see an effort to improve, you just see year after year the girls get treated like second-class citizens. That's a money grab. You should be looking to improve your events so that people understand that you're trying to give a quality event. You're just not grabbing money and saying thanks. So that's why I don't go to certain tournaments, because I feel like it's that way. I just, being quite honest, when people
Well,
ask
me too.
I'll avoid them, or if the promoter is somebody that I don't think really supports girls, like, okay, no, I'm not gonna get it. All right, let me finish up these weight classes. So 155, I want to give everybody their props. Faust from Buchanan took 8th. Randall from Natomas took 7th. Coons from Citrus Valley took 6th. De Leon from Santa Clara took 5th. Eva Garcia took 4th. Jewel from Northgate took 3rd. Jiang from Gunn took 2nd. Blanco from Chino took 1st. Let's see, 170. Now this one I liked, except for the fact that my wrestler was on the top side. If you'd been on the bottom side, I would have felt a little bit better about it. But let's see here. Pomares from Hemet took 8th. Bean from American Canyon took 7th. 6th was Simmons from San Diego. Guzman from Orange Vista took 5th. Vallejos from Sheldon. She's really tough. She's really good. She took 4th. Angela Salazar. Hey. She took 3rd. Tuavao from Tokay. I'm sorry, I do not mean, Kayleen, to butcher your name. And then returning champ and now 3-time champ, Lemus, took 1st for Clovis. Okay. It's so funny. The 3rd place wrestler, Salazar, who's in our room, she had dropped a match earlier in the year to Sheldon, then got it back at Napa. She had dropped the match to Orange Vista, ended up getting that one back, and then she dropped the match to Hemet during CIF duels. So those girls have wrestled each other all year long. And I think they probably might have even wrestled the San Diego girl at the Olympia tournament, but I got to go back and look that one up. But that was a cool weight class, and Angela had a great tournament to come back and take 3rd. Let's see here. Okay. Chavez from Mayfair took 8th. Baeza from San Dimas took 7th. Martinez from Evergreen Valley took 6th. Oraguam from Centennial took 5th. Alvarado from Highland took 4th. Demby from Hollister took 3rd. Marquez from Gabrielino, the returning champ, took 2nd. And Vargas from Merced was the state champ at 190. And finally, 235. Okay, let's see here. Espinoza.
They had a state champion from Merced, huh?
Yeah.
That's the Cuestas brothers. That's where they're from.
Ah, there you go. I went there on the way to Yosemite. And I thought that was cool. That's the only time I've ever seen it.
Hey, man. Hey, they won the state meet, by the way. Merced one year in 78.
I was going to say,
77.
Did they integrate at that point, or was it still segregated?
73 is when they come on, man. The old guy has to tell you guys.
That's why I always have to ask the old guys that. Hey, was this integrated, or are we talking still segregated?
No,
is it a real championship?
I sometimes I'll go to places, right?
This damn DEI championships.
You guys all heard it. Oh, my uncle was a state champion. I go, what year? 1969. I'm like, they didn't start the state meet until 70.
Yep.
But I love it.
Let's see here. Heavyweights. Espinoza from Central Valley took 8th. Was it Waffer from Lakewood took 7th. Hill from Mira Mesa took 6th. Oh my gosh. I'm going to try this one. Don't kill me. It's got both the 3 names. Okay. Matagi from Napomo took 5th. Luna from Downey took 4th. Racho from Central took 3rd. Smith from San Dimas took 2nd. And Tipton from Camarillo. Southern section final there. Team championships went to Clovis East. That's the boys. Hang on a second here. Go to the girls. There we go. The boys, the champion, had 247 points. You want to know how many points the girls had for the championship? 84.5.
Did you know that's the way, back in the day, that's the way the state meet was, like in 70, I believe, 78 and 79, Andrew Hill and Overfelt won it with 60-some, 70-some points.
Yeah.
And
Northie had 77 points in second.
Yeah, nowadays you got to score over 200.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for the boys. The girls we're still getting there.
That's
Uh,
okay though, man.
yeah.
Okay, I got a question for you guys.
Yes.
What do you think about adding another weight class in between 190 and heavyweight for the girls?
Nah. I don't like it.
Don't
You
like
don't
it?
like it?
Nope. Don't like it.
I,
'Cause
I
what are you gonna do? That gap is percentage wise is not as great as if you like took out the 115 and made the girl go from 110 to 120.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And you know,
I think maybe later on, like people get mad at me, but I think like at those weight classes, I mean, it's like back in when I was wrestling, and or even the 70s, 80s, things change as the girls get more like if you look at how can I put this? If you look at
trying
wrestling,
to see him walking that line right there.
I'm
boy?
trying to be-
See him
I'm trying
walking
to
that
be
line.
like-
He's just trying right now. God, here he goes.
I'm
Oh, you ain't
trying to be
testifying, officer. Let's go.
I think
As they get bigger,
I think that the girls as wrestling evolves heavier, I think then you can change the weight classifications. I think right now it's fine. If you know what I'm saying.
Mhm.
Yes or no?
yeah, no, it makes sense. It makes sense. The skill set's not there yet.
Right.
So when you added the 220 for boys or whatever it is,
215.
215,
Right.
You saw some skill set there to warrant it. It wasn't
Right.
just these big sloppy guys that are like just throwing each other around. It was these smaller guys who were just like 220 versus or 215 versus 285.
Right.
Like that's big.
I mean, you look at the heavyweights in the 1970s and boys and men, 70 NCAA's. You look at the heavyweights now in college, they look like freaking linebackers.
Specimens. No, they're specimens.
Yeah.
It's like it's crazy. You look at Gable Stevenson. You see Gable Stevenson throw the 285-pound man out of bounds
And
through him.
And I think and what I love about and this is I'm sincere, and I've told women this. I've told almost from one. I mean, just in the time I had a state placer 3 years ago. Just in that time, from 3 years to now, I'm like, oh my god. Rapido. The girls have just gotten so much better in just 3 freaking years.
Mm-hmm.
It's amazing.
Well, the reason why I brought that up is because if you look at a lot of our heavyweight girls, a lot of them are a lot lighter than that. They can't get down to that 190 class. So they got to go up that. So you've got a lot of girls that are right around like 195, 200, 210, 215 that are wrestling heavyweight.
I think honestly, it needs to be something that they tackle more than just during the season, because not a lot of young ladies, when you look at their BMI, should be at that weight.
Yeah,
It's a lifestyle change, unfortunately.
Yes,
So
Did
it's
you
just
say
what it
say
is.
BMI? Is that what you said?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. 'Cause they use it. They use it, right? You got to be below. You can't
I
be
got
below
you,
a
I
certain
got you.
percent. So you look at it, and it's like it says 48%. Like,
Right.
okay, well, let's get that down to 30 and see where we're at. Those kind of things. But it's hard, like Flores was saying, like there's a socioeconomical part of that too. You got to have options. You can't eat if your family and our households growing up. Okay, well you're cooking with that red box on the stove. So
I just think it's gonna take a little bit more time, and I think it's awesome, but I think it's just gonna be a little bit more time than we can change that. Like I said, I mean the trajectory of women's wrestling is so fast, rapid right now. It's I think it's awesome, to be honest with you. It's just gonna take a little bit more time for the heavier weights and stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So I just found out right now that there is a Greco state tournament. It's the same weekend as the boys.
Oh, perfect.
Uh,
So is it the same weekend as state freestyle for girls, correct?
the same weekend they do
April
Greco
12th,
boys, they're doing
correct?
Greco girls. I don't think it's the same weekend as freestyle. It's another weekend.
Okay.
So it's another weekend in Fresno. Thanks. Fresno.
Maybe
You
we could
like
have it.
Fresno.
Maybe we could have it in San Diego one year.
Yeah, that'd be nice. Not gonna happen. I think they get the seller in for free. So they don't want to pay. They don't want to pay.
Right.
So, but yeah. So anyhow, I just got that from Coach Mario from the Swamp Monsters. I will say Coach Mario has won all the folk style state titles every year that we don't compete.
So you lost me. I don't even know, bro. I don't even know half these clubs you guys are talking about. Sometimes.
Oh, you're out of the loop. I forgot. No, there's certain clubs that we jab each other and stuff, but it's all good.
Some of my residents, they're from this club. I go, I don't give a crap.
No, it's good
Hey,
because
when we
the
met,
good thing is,
I didn't even know Rich. I go, we were laughing at because they interviewed one of her girls. I'm like, and I go, man, this guy's pretty good. And then we were laughing where were we at? Dick
Napa or
Morris.
Huntington Beach.
No, yeah, he goes, and he was arguing about time. I go, hey, bro, why don't you just give her the whole period? But I liked him because he laughed. He didn't get it, but he's laughing because that's pretty good.
I could have a good time. I like it a lot.
Yeah.
But yeah. So that was our high school wrap up. Coming into World Team Trials. I'll have to do another episode which will cover the college on that. And then but it's good to have you guys on either way because we get the Oklahoma stuff. We'll get the NorCal stuff.
Yeah.
Because that seems to be a problem we've had in the past when we're doing the podcast is that people, we're not represented. I'm like, dude, I will have find me a janitor. I don't care. Like anybody who will speak on.
Hey man, hey bro, you call me a janitor?
I was gonna say a mall cop, but I didn't want to be insulting. I didn't want to call you a mall cop; they might get insulted. So I was like, you got Paul Bart from the Central Coast. But yeah. So, like I said, more people, the better.
Yeah.
So I'm eventually going to change the name of this podcast, just the Girls Wrestling Podcast, and just cover everywhere. So.
I think it's really good, and like I said, I'm the newbie, and I'm just learning, and I'm trying to get involved in all this stuff. But like I said, I've been coaching 32 years, and the last 4 years, it's been a real pleasure, to be honest with you.
Well, yeah, since you met me, it's definitely a pleasure.
Well, totally, bro.
Yeah, I mean, hey, I might even influence you to grow your hair out again.
No, that ain't gonna happen. Hey, I'll be 60 in 7 months, 8 months. That ain't gonna happen.
Hey, I know I didn't become a cop. I just wanted to keep my hair. But anyhow, to everybody else out there, thank you for watching us be silly. We'll be back again to do the girls, and we'll keep these rolling again. I'd like people asking me about it.
A lot of you California people come out. You got to come out to Oklahoma. It's got to experience at least once.
Hey, don't just think that Iowa's the only place in the Midwest that there's wrestling, right? Oklahoma State's the most.
What part of Oklahoma are you at?
I am in Oklahoma City.
Okay. Eric Guerrero's cousin practices at Los Gatos High School, and hopefully I'll get it over here to Westmont. But I heard she's going to be a little stud, so we'll see how that works out.
Well, she's already in the semis with the family lineage. That puts her in the semis.
Yeah, I love their family. Family's great. They're a great family. Guerrero family's an awesome family.
No, that's great. Good. But all right, everybody else.
Shout out to Jazz. What's up with that? She did great at the NCAA.
Look, I'm already catching hell for talking about my kids. Like, can you imagine if I talk about my kid?
I'll talk about it. I think she's doing an awesome job at William Jules. A matter of fact, I got a girl that might be going there. She's recruiting my 115 pounder that I was telling you about. So
nice. Okay. Well, she's got one of your girls already, is Shelby Kemp. Shelby Kemp loves you guys. Shelby Kemp was a blood round her first year. She told Des, she goes, I've been 1-2 at every major national tournament. How did you find me? And Des is like, I know what I'm looking for. She's like, I got you. We're good. So that's going to be the thing, and that's what we're going to talk about on the college side of it, is Iowa winning it by 20 points. Sounds like a big thing, but when you look at, why would you say it wasn't?
Oh, well, you look at how the numbers versus everybody else that they were able to bring. That's one thing. You look at the kids that should have placed higher at the tournament than what they
Okay,
did.
stop. So you, hold on. Like like I said, I'm a newbie. Hold on. So how many? just so how many wrestlers can? I mean, like in college, you only get 10, man. You get 10.
Okay,
so
so
how does the
here-
girls work?
Here's the
That's
thing:
on
as
the
the
board.
girls' side of it, you get 15. So you can double up in a couple of weights. Okay, so
Ah.
Iowa is like 4 deep in some weight classes, or 3 deep in some weight
So
classes.
how's that fair if they win it? I don't understand.
But because everybody can put 15, but it's do you have 15 quality? But here's the thing: they only score the top placer. They only score the top placer.
Oh, okay.
So they
But
send
you've got
15.
girls. You've got girls
But
like
yeah,
that.
other girls
Iowa.
can knock out other girls though.
Bingo.
like
And that's
like
what Iowa's
chess.
doing.
Exactly.
That's what
So
Iowa's doing.
Iowa had last year, they ran the table. I mean, they had a ton of girls, right? This year, with weaker second place team, like North Central was not as strong as they were last year. But this year, North Central still almost beat them going into the last day.
Yeah.
They had the lead. And the only people that won it were the girls with senior level experience coming in.
Right.
Macy Kilty's senior world silver medalist. Kennedy Blades, Olympic silver medalist. Welker's the only one who's been there from the beginning, but she was already a runner-up at Olympic trials.
Okay,
So-
so there's okay. So I'm like I said, I'm just a newbie.
Uh-huh.
So they do Division 1, yes.
It's
Division.
all one.
Mhm.
It's all
Division
one.
one,
All
Division two.
NCAA's divisions.
Okay, so there's
together.
so there's not like D2, D3 like boys.
Not
okay?
yet. Not
Or
yet.
men.
No.
So
No.
let me get this straight. So they have one, and then let's say because we have Menlo College here, right? So Menlo's up here in the Bay Area, right?
Yeah.
So I didn't see them in there. Did they have anybody in there? Like I didn't. Like
No, because they're NAIA.
oh, so it has to be.
They're NIA.
So it has to be in. But I kind of noticed that. Excuse me, that the NCAA's right. So there's a lot of NAIA schools that are very good, right, for girls. Yes, I mean
Yes.
I'm asking.
Life, a couple of Indiana Tech, they got some good girls.
Yeah.
Okay, but how many Division 1 or Division 2 teams that are participating in this event? May I ask? So there's like how many teams were at that tournament?
60.
There were 60 teams.
60 teams represented at the NCAAs this year. The
Okay.
NCWWC. That's what it was called. Next year, it's the first year it's officially an NCAA championship.
Oh, next
Next
year. Okay, that's what I'm. Okay.
So
And-
now
and who's
is
partic-
Canada going to be allowed in? Is the Canada
Canada?
team's going to be allowed in over there?
Yeah, I believe so. They've always like Simon Fraser's typically at
Because
NAIA,
that's-
but
But
they,
that was
they'll
an
pay their
NIA
dues.
school, right?
Yeah,
Simon Fraser.
but they do compete right now at the NCWWC. So I think they will.
Okay. So okay, so I'm just being devil's advocate.
Huh?
So next year, are they going to have just the weight classes, or are they going to have 20 girls each weight class? I'm just you know what I mean. So they're going to do it like boys or like men.
So I believe they have to take the vote to see if they're going to drop it to 10.
Okay.
So if they
Yeah.
do that, there's pros and cons to all of that, right? So some people will say, well, if you drop it to 10, then you're leaving some really good girls out of the bracket, and we want to showcase the wrestling. But if you drop it to 10, that now should disperse because nobody wants to be back up for 3 years, 4 years. They want to be able to wrestle a championship. So those girls should disperse. And
But-
then the talent
Well, how many-
level.
Right. But here's the thing, and I can see both things. Like maybe that would be beneficial, like of how many they can start more girls programs. You get what I'm saying? I mean, I don't know how many programs are going to starting up. That's the thing that we want, right? All of us, right? To start
Yeah.
more girls programs.
We want more programs, of course, but we really want is more big section or big conference programs is what you really
Right.
want.
You want like OSU, OU,
TOSU,
Nebraska, Penn
yes,
State,
North
UCLA,
Carolina, Virginia Tech,
Right.
NC State. You want those ones to develop theirs also.
Right.
So maybe with the development of this, who knows? But
Okay.
when we do the college one, we'll talk about it. But there's definitely some things to look at, overall.
Well, I think it's for somebody like me that's kind of just like, throwing things out there. For you guys that are more, knowledgeable about that stuff, it's just interesting to me because I come from a perspective where Division One. I see certain things, and we want to get it to that level. Correct? I mean, that's ultimately we want to get it to that level. And I don't know. I just see things I see things a little differently, but to make it more successful as well.
Well, you are older, so your eyes are different.
Huh?
So you are older, so your eyes are a little bit more, so you do see it differently. It's probably blurry. It's probably really blurry. It is for me.
Don't forget. In every other part of the world, wisdom is key, brother. The elderly are the wise.
Yeah, I don't know if you noticed it lately, but we're kind of the laughing stock at the moment. So, but anyhow, none of that here. But we'll talk not politics. We'll talk college stuff next time, and then we're also gonna have some guests. So hey, maybe Palo Alto girl wants to come on, freshman champ.
Yeah.
You got that inside scoop.
Maybe I'll have Jade and Ella come on.
Hey, give us a perspective on what's going on over there. So, and then we'll get some Oklahoma girls in and talk to them.
Let's do that.
You got a 4-timer that maybe you want to try to reach. Jaden Roller, she just was the second 4-time state champion out here. So.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah. Then I'm gonna touch base with her then. Well, weight class.
Let's do that.
She was at 110.
Oh.
Ooh.
Now we got some. Now I got some 110s out here like to roll. We'll see how that goes. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we should get them on with each other, right? Kind of like cockfighting. Just get them to talk to each other. Like, she said she's better.
Hey, you know what though? That's good. Like what I found interesting is that's kind of good for the sport. Like when Ono wrestled Spencer Lee, that made it. I know. But that's not the point. The point is the way
you can't grow the sport if you only cater to this.
No, It's marketing. Yeah, you're right. You're right. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying the way they marketed it was awesome. What happens is we want to get. You're right. We want it to do like this, right? So when you're watching the match, I'm just talking about like for me. I looked at the match. I liked it. We're talking about the normal person, like doesn't watch wrestling, and they're promoting this, and you're like, they're just two guys pushing each other out. Right, that's what they look like for just a normal person that's having a beer, and then those are the two best wrestlers. They just look like they're pushing each other out, right? They're just
okay. This is for another topic for another podcast. I'm gonna go off right now. You don't even know how much this bugs me. Like,
Hey, I think we got something going here, brother.
So, yeah. So anyhow. All right. Well, I'm gonna let everybody else go. We can continue to chat afterward. And now this is where the real discussion starts to happen. Just so you know. But we gotta have podcast after dark is what we gotta have. So because it gets a little wild sometimes. But everybody else.
Make sure, and then have a little tecate or something. Have a beer and you'll be good.
I've never drank, but there's a reason for that. But everybody else, thank you for watching us. We'll be back again soon.
Have a good one.
Take care, guys.
Let's see. Okay, so anyhow, so that's good. We're